Trinity Sunday Year B. Today we celebrate the central mystery of our Catholic faith, the mystery of the Most Holy Trinity. We believe that unity and difference, personal difference, coexist perfectly in God as one God in three persons, where God is one through the three different persons of the Trinity. Not despite, but through the personal differences is God one. For this reason, Brant Petrie points out, in reference to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, we baptize in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and not in the names plural, of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. This detail is of great importance. The singular noun name signifies that God is one, that God has one nature. This teaching that there is only one God is clearly taught in today's first reading from Deuteronomy chapter 4. That God is only one is even more clearly stated a few chapters later in Deuteronomy 6 verse 4. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Some of us may recognize this prayer as the great Shema prayer. The Hebrew word Shema means hear, from the infinitive to hear, l'shema. To this day, observant Jewish people pray the Shema prayer at least twice a day. Petrie, reflecting the Church Fathers, reflecting the early Christian interpretation of the Old Testament, points out that today's Psalm, Psalm 33, that follows our reading from Deuteronomy, does not simply teach that God is one, but in addition contains hints, contains little cues that God in his unity, in his one nature, is also a set of love relationships. The Father, which the psalm refers to as the Lord, Adonai, the Son, which the psalm refers to as the Word, Dabar, by the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and the Holy Spirit, which the psalm refers to as the breath, Ruach, the breath of the Lord's mouth. Since the New Testament was not written in Hebrew, as was the Old Testament, the Hebrew words dabar and ruach are not used, but instead similar Greek words are used. For example, John's Gospel begins with, "In the beginning was the Word," logos in Greek. This word, the logos, is Christ, through whom God the Father created the world in the love, in the breath of the Holy Spirit, while eternally speaking the word of his beloved Son. In the Gospel passage, Jesus explicitly teaches this mystery of three persons in one divine nature with his great commission that we go forth and, I quote, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. The last line that Jesus ends with is of great importance for us to understand our relationship to the Trinity, to God as a set of love relationships, the Father loving the Son, and the love of the Father and the Son is the Holy Spirit. Jesus promises that that is the entire Trinity, since wherever one person is the entire Trinity. So Jesus promises that I, meaning the Trinity, am with you always to the close of the age. As Petrie points out, the Hebrew word that God is with us is Emmanuel, which literally means in Hebrew, with us is God. Im is with, El is God. This is another name for Jesus, we know very well. By being the infinite God who has taken on finite flesh, Jesus has touched all flesh, meaning that Jesus suffers with us in the flesh, rejoices with us in the flesh, and is with us every second of the day, not necessarily to deliver us from our pain, although this may happen, but to imbue our sufferings and our joy with ultimate meaning that only Jesus can give. The meaning Jesus gives is why Maximilian Kolbe, the Vietnamese martyrs, the Greek martyrs, to name but a few saints, suffered not by grinning and bearing it, but with another worldly happiness, the happiness of divine love. God bless.